I've got a little trivia quiz. A little fun trivia quiz to end the episode. Just 10 questions, I think. About 10, roughly around there anyway. Mostly multiple choice. And I've called it A Question of PE for copyright reasons. I'm just going to steal the theme tune. Gonna be snookering you tonight. Okay, this is a simple little quiz just to see how much you know or can guess, I suppose, because most of these, I don't think you'll know any of them deliberately. Otherwise, it'd be too easy.
We'll see.
And you'll have, well, the first one you might know. The first question, question 1. What does BMX stand for? Not DMX, the rapper. BMX, the thing where you ride down hills.
I've never even thought to question.
No,
It's just BMX,
it's just
isn't it?
BMX, isn't it?
It's just BMX.
They're just, the letters mean what it is, don't they?
Yeah.
But they do actually stand for something.
Bicycle Mountain Extreme.
Ooh.
Extreme with an X.
That would make sense, wouldn't it? Extreme, X Games.
So I'm going to say, it's bike or bicycle.
Mm-hmm. I will accept either. That's fair.
Mountain cross, like X, like...
X like cross.
Yeah.
Like they have the snowboard cross, don't they, as
Yeah.
well, and ski cross. You're very close, and I might give you half a mark.
Might. Depending on how well I do.
Let's see how much.
If I do well, you're not getting it.
Yeah. The correct answer is bicycle motocross. What does moto mean?
'Cause they don't have a motor.
There are no motors on their bikes.
They're not allowed to be motoed.
Very much not allowed that. That's very much cheating against the rules. So I'm not sure what moto means, but that is apparently the thing. But you got the cross bit, so I'm going to be generous. Give you half a mark because you tried, because you turned up. And because I don't think you're going anywhere. Question 2: which sport first used the term home run? Was it A, cricket, B, long jump, or C, American football?
But regardless, not baseball.
It was not baseball. I could have led with that, couldn't I? A little fact. Baseball stole the term home run. It was originally used by one of these 3 sports. So I can give you a little bit more information.
Yeah, well, if you've got it.
Because I've made it up for a couple. And one of it's true. In cricket, it was the original term for a 6 was a home run.
Mm-hmm.
In long jump, it was the last 3 steps before takeoff. And it was called, well, they had a name for it because that's the most important bit. And so that was something that long jumpers would work on, would be their home run.
You'd work on your home run.
Yeah. And in American football, it was the bit where you catch a big pass over the top and run to the end zone. That was called your home run. You're running home to the end zone where you live.
Just keep on going. I think I could have seen it used in cricket, but I don't think it would have been used for a 6 because they are runs, plural.
Correct. But it's the most similar thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
A home run in
Yeah.
cricket is a 6 where you go over the boundary. And that's the same in baseball.
Yeah.
You hit it over the boundary.
I like the long jump.
I like it. I think it is good. That's my opinion on long jump.
No, I like that term, the long jump. It's quite it is a neat way to sort of, but
to compartmentalize.
your last 3 steps.
Yeah, rather than having to say that all the time.
Just your home run.
Because it must be the most important bit
Yeah.
of long. I've never done long jump, but surely that is the only important bit. The rest of the jump run up doesn't really matter. It's those last 3 steps where you generate the power.
So I do like that term. I do like a term for that. But before you gave me the sort of the extra detail, I thought it would be American football and that situation. So I'm going to say American football.
The correct answer is cricket.
Oh, boo.
It was the old-fashioned term for a six, very old-fashioned, very
Yeah.
early in the day, so they called it that, and it literally is the same as what they use in baseball.
I thought that's too simple.
I've gone and ticked it again, haven't I? It's not correct.
Sweet.
But I'm glad that you enjoyed my made-up terms. I thought, especially the long jump one, was very clever.
It's good.
There must be a name for that. I know the last bit, because I would have thought that would be the bit that you need to coach. So that was,
If not, maybe
maybe I should be a long jump coach.
yeah,
New career.
or write a dictionary of sports.
Sports dictionary.
Yeah.
Just make up terms for everyone. I might do that. That's a good idea. I'm going to start publishing that on our blog.
And every time somebody uses it, you get paid, right?
Royalties. Royalties for me.
Every time somebody says home run to describe 3 steps.
Yeah. I get paid.
Yep.
Trademark.
Payday.
Trademark, don't steal. Question 3. What ball was basketball played with until 1929? So they didn't have their own ball until 1929. It was played with a ball stolen from a different sport.
Did they have to steal it every time they wanted to play?
Well, yeah, it's like it was on the playground, isn't it? You can't play the sport that you're trying to play. I want to play basketball.
Neat.
Was it A, a tennis ball, B, a soccer ball or football ball, depending on if you've been in America, so it would have been a soccer ball, or C, a medicine ball?
Oh, that's the whole new game.
Yeah. Well, it was a long time ago. The rules were different.
Oh, they must have been dench. Absolutely huge.
When they first played basketball, they didn't have a hole in the bottom of the basket.
So they had to fish it out.
It was just a
every time.
genuine basket, so they had to get up a ladder. And
Yeah.
it wasn't as high, so they could just fish it out. Yeah. The tall players could fish it out, and that's why you got tall people in it. Oi, Lanky Steve, get the ball down for us.
Every time you chest passed at somebody, you'd knock them flying.
What, with the medicine ball?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well done.
You couldn't dribble with it, could you?
No.
Bounce. Oh, it's just stay there.
But maybe they didn't bounce it.
Exactly. The rules were very different. It was still an emerging sport in the time.
Tennis ball or football?
Mm-hmm.
Football seems too obvious.
There wouldn't have been many footballs around either.
No.
In America, they don't like soccer. Especially not in 1929.
Medicine ball, I could see. I could see that.
It would be, like you say, it would have been a real workout there.
Yeah.
Really put those muscles on.
It could have put a hole in your basket. Maybe that's why it changed.
That's where they got the idea for the net basket.
It's so much
The
easier.
evolution of the sport.
And because of that, I'm
Lanky
going
Steve's not on the team anymore.
just real stocky Dave. Because of that, I'm going to say a medicine ball.
You're going to go C, medicine ball.
Yes.
The correct answer is B, soccer ball.
Boring.
I know, boring.
Name.
All these questions are only interesting because I made up good things it could really have been. Yeah, apparently it was originally used with a soccer ball in very similar situations to how they play basketball now, except the soccer ball was... I guess it wouldn't have been much lighter, because the soccer balls of 1929, the footballs, would have been made of heavy leather. They used to play with heavy balls, didn't they?
They're pretty much medicine balls,
Yeah.
so half them up.
So, no, I'm not that generous. Question 4. Britain's Desmond Douglas was world number 7 in the 1980s in which sport? Was it A, kabaddi, B, Greco-Roman wrestling, or C, table tennis?
You can't... Sorry, kabaddi, you have to be part of a team, don't you?
No, they have individuals as well. There's one-on-one kabaddi and team kabaddi.
One-on-one kabaddi. I don't know the rules of
No,
normal
me either.
kabaddi, so I couldn't say whether that's normal or not.
Yeah, you've questioned my authority as a quizmaster, and then you don't know whether what I've just told you is real or not.
Team kabaddi. No, that doesn't sound right. One-on-one kabaddi. That doesn't sound right either.
Kabaddi? What is it? That doesn't sound right.
So, What, Douglas Dennis, did you say?
Desmond Douglas.
Desmond Douglas.
Yes.
Kabaddi.
A. Kabaddi. B. Greco-Roman wrestling. Or C. Table tennis.
Ooh.
All sports that you wouldn't really associate with being led by British people.
I'm going to say C, table tennis.
Table tennis. Generally very dominated by sort of East Asian players. And you're right, it was.
Because I read about him
Oh,
in a book.
cheater. You're a cheater. You knew all along. You didn't even need to ask me like Kabaddi questions, which I got wrong. There was only Team Kabaddi. As soon as you said it, I was like, oops. I have to flag this one.
And you did very well.
Yeah, you believed it. He also coaches at Sutton Coldfield College.
Really?
He's only around the corner from us. So yeah, we could go meet him. World number 7.
Apparently had incredible reactions.
Mm.
Well, apparently he could react to table tennis shots very quickly.
This is what you need for table tennis. The speed that they play at and the professional
But
game.
then they tested his reactions and found out his reactions are actually really slow.
Huh.
He grew up playing in a tiny room.
But playing table tennis?
Where he trained table tennis, the room was tiny, so he had to play very close to the table.
Wow.
It didn't make his reactions better, but it made him much better at reading the serve.
Ah.
And so because of that, could react better.
So his reactions were only better when it came to a very specific situation.
Because he was reading the situation. So if you know one of those light games,
yeah,
they tested him on that, and he was much worse than the other members of the GB team who weren't as good.
And the table tennis players?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's very interesting.
Because, we'll digress.
Yeah, why not?
As is our want.
What is this podcast about?
So the book, it's called Bounce. It's by a previous British number 1 table tennis player.
Mm.
And it's discussing whether there is such thing as innate talent or whether it's like some hard work and graft. And so they all just assumed he has great just reactions.
Yeah.
And you can sort of train your reaction time and improve your reaction time to some extent.
Yeah.
But beyond that, it's sort of...
There is some sort of innate hardwired just to the way your nervous system is made up, I guess.
And so they thought, this is just his reactions, and so it will never be as good. But it wasn't. It was him.
It was all
just
learned.
having played so much in a tiny room.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
Yeah.
I'd recommend it.
Yeah, I might have to read that.
Well, it stuck with me.
Yeah, you remembered it now, haven't you? Did you remember the name as well? As soon as I said the name, did you know who it was? Or did it like tick as you went on?
Douglas. It came to me as
we were going along.
As we were going along, yeah.
Wow. Very good. Well, I wasn't expecting... Well, I kind of thought you might get that one right, because who knows anything about Greco-Roman wrestling?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was quite hard to think of a sport. Like, I was going to do something like luge or something, because traditionally we're not very good at those sort of sports.
Yeah.
We are actually getting quite good at a lot of Winter Olympic sports now, so it's hard to come up with a sport that Brits aren't good at. That's a bit of a boast there. I'm just so good at everything. What are we going to do?
Maybe we'll invent one-on-one kabaddi, so we're bad at something.
We probably are bad at one-on-one kabaddi. It doesn't exist.
Well, we'll make up the rules and then we'll be really good at it.
We'll plant our flag there.
Now this and all your spices are ours.
Come and live in the kabaddi triangle. Okay. Question 5. Which of these famous authors... It's easy for me to say. Which of these famous authors played league football, association league football? Was it George Orwell, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, or James Joyce?
Arthur Conan Doyle.
Oh, straight in.
Yep.
No discussion on this.
He just strikes me as somebody who'd, like, I don't know.
Football-y type guy.
Yeah.
What position do you reckon he would have played? Your bonus point if you get it right.
Centre back.
Oh, very close. Goalkeeper. It was Sir Arthur Conan Doyle.
Oh, really?
He played for Portsmouth in goal. He was also an amateur boxer.
Yes, I think that's what
Where you come from.
Yeah.
He's a very sporty guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a golfer as well, amateur golfer.
Oh, yeah.
Played a lot of sport. Yeah, so well done. You remember that one as well. Question 6. The coldest game in NFL history was called the Freezer Bowl. There's a bit of discussion as to whether it was the coldest game. There was also one called the Ice Bowl. So the Ice Bowl was cheapest, was coldest because it was the coldest air temperature.
Yeah.
But with wind chill factored in, the Freezer Bowl was the coldest ever game.
Oh, they must fight about that all the time.
They do. Yeah, all kinds of Americans always fighting about stuff. It was played. So it was played in 1981. What was the temperature with wind chill taken into account?
Where was it? Do you know where it was?
Where? It was in Cincinnati. I've got 3 choices for you. Was it minus 10 degrees C, minus 23 degrees C, or minus 38 degrees C?
With wind chill.
With wind chill factored in.
Minus 38.
In Cincinnati,
Yeah.
Ohio. Minus 38, that's ridiculously cold.
Yeah.
It's like Siberian temperatures.
I've been in minus 40 with wind chill.
That's crazy.
Your teeth hurt.
Do they?
Yeah.
They feel like they're going to fall out, like freeze out. You're correct. That was the right answer. Minus 38 degrees with wind chill. I don't know how
that is
possibly play sport at that. Like wearing sports kit. So, the sports kit in the old day wasn't as like skin tight as it is now. But
it also wasn't like woolly coats and woolly hats.
No,
gloves.
It wasn't like bubble. No, I mean they do wear like those like really tight gloves, but they're not going to keep your hands from falling off, are they?
No.
I don't know how they managed it. It was the San Diego Chargers versus the Cincinnati Bengals. And San Diego, that's like California, isn't it?
That's hot.
That's a warm part of that. That's why they lost. 27-7, they lost that game.
Oh, well, at least they made it onto the pitch. I would not have bothered.
Nope, don't fancy it.
Hello, everyone. Dick Hendrick with Merlin Olsen in Cincinnati. Just simply, the meteorologist put it this way. It's gone from bitter cold to brutally cold. Did you ever play in anything like it?
I didn't play in this colder weather. I played in some cold games, Dick, but nothing to match this.
Number 7. What was banned in basketball between 1967 and 1976? Was it the slam dunk? That was A. B, the crossover through your legs? Or C, substitutes?
Crossover through your legs. Deemed too sexy.
Shake it sort of Elvis sort of time, isn't it? Too suggestive.
Too rock and roll. None of this. People will be swooning.
Did you see that? Between his legs.
Too many head injuries.
Remember that arms crossed. Smoking a pipe. Wearing a trilby.
Maybe I reckon the slam dunk, because I reckon the first slam dunks caused a lot of damage.
Yeah.
And they would have been having enough
down.
of it.
Yeah. Have you seen, like, even in more modern game, like, they sometimes pull the basket down.
Yeah.
And, like, smash the backboard. Have you seen, like, Shaq? Where he holds onto the rim and the whole backboard shatters over his head. Ridiculous.
Dennis Scott was starting. Bowie was coming off the bench as Hill follows and does bring down the entire backboard. How strong is he? Well, I think this backboard company will attest to it.
Do you think it substitutes Iron Man?
No.
5-man Iron Man for the whole game?
Nah, I don't reckon.
The correct answer is A, slam dunks. You are correct. I don't know why, I didn't look into why, but I assume it was what you said. It was just too sexy. Number 8. What was the nationality of the first person to fail a drugs test at the Olympics?
Russian.
No, that was the last one. And all the others.
And the first, and all the ones in between. Well, they wouldn't have failed, would they?
Ooh.
First person to take drugs, but not the first person to fail, surely.
What nationality were they? Was it A, British, B, Japanese, or C, Swedish?
This is a stab in the dark.
Bit of a chin scratcher.
It was B, Chinese.
Japanese.
I say British. The other two seem like they'd be too upstanding.
Too upstanding.
Yeah.
The Japanese, definitely too upstanding. Their whole sort of system is based around honour, isn't it? So it wasn't the Japanese, but it was the Swedes.
Dirty
1968, cheaty Swedes. His name was Hans Gunnar Liljen, and he was a steeplechaser again. Who they keep coming up, steeplechasers.
Losing shoes, taking drugs.
Yeah. Do what they want. It's like the bad boy sport, apparently, steeplechasing. Although losing your shoes is not particularly bad boy. Yeah, 1968, the first drugs cheat in the Olympics. Number 9. Almost there.
Oh, thank God. I'm doing alright.
Yeah, I'm doing alright. Do you want a little score check before we go to the last question? At the moment, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5.5 out of 8.
Hey, Boz here. Sharp-eared listeners may have noticed that he hasn't. He's only got 4.5. Bastard.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Question 9 is, in golf, what is the time limit for finding a lost ball? Is it A, 5 minutes, B, 30 minutes, or C, there is no limit?
I think they must have introduced a limit when they started showing on TV. Surely.
That's interesting.
Otherwise,
like, wait, I'm trying to say something. I can understand it like Masters tournaments or major tournaments, but like it's hard to lose a ball at those, so maybe you don't need the time limits because there's so many fans. But at smaller tournaments, it must be really easy to lose your ball. Like I know from playing golf, it's very easy to lose your ball.
Yeah, if you're that bad, yeah.
It's not all professionals, is it?
Lost it in the water.
Go swimming. Like John van der Velde.
I think it's 30 minutes.
You reckon it's B, 30 minutes?
Yeah.
You don't reckon there's no time limit and
No.
they can go all day and just stay into the night? Poking through with their phone torch on.
What do you do if you found it then?
I found it, boys. Where have you gone?
I'll put myself down as 2 for that hole.
It'd just be like one janitor like sweeping up all the rubbish.
They've all gone home.
So you think it was B, 30 minutes?
Yeah.
The correct answer is A, 5 minutes.
Not
It's
long.
not long at all, is it?
Find it quickly.
You think like if you hit it 300 yards, it takes a while to walk that far, and then
Does that count as finding it?
I don't know.
Because you know where it is, but if you can't get to it in 5 minutes,
Leg it! It's stuck in that tree. No, they must have longer than 5 minutes to take the shot because like that was John van der Velde one. He took ages getting in and taking his socks off and wading in.
yeah.
So it can't be 5 minutes to play. It must just be to actually find where the ball is. But even so, like on a small tournament where there aren't any fans to point out where it's gone, it must be like sometimes it's hard to find your ball.
Yeah.
So I guess after that, you just take a drop. You have to take a drop
Yeah.
shot, and you just have to lose that ball, which would be a shame if it was a really nice ball that you were playing with. That's what I always felt sad about.
Do you play with nice balls?
I always play with nice balls.
Yeah.
That's from the first quiz. I've run on nice balls. What am I going to do? Cross that one? Yeah, I'll cross it.
That's quiz.
Number 10, final question. Nathan's famous hot dog eating contest takes place in New York on every 4th of July, which is Independence Day in America. What is the record number of hot dogs eaten set by a man named Joey Chestnut? Which I don't think is real. Is it A, 54, B, 64, or C, 74?
This is impossible to guess. People eat loads.
Excuse me. Competitive eating is a sport, and this is a sports podcast. You should know if you've done your research.
This is the one competition I didn't look at.
Nathan.
Yeah, they're all ludicrous numbers.
It is
They're all-
ludicrous. I think, I did read how many minutes. I didn't write it down, but I think it was 10 minutes.
Yeah. Oh,
So
that's...
it's an insane amount of food to cram down your neck.
Let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Big Fat Fatty ate 77.
That was one of the answers.
C.
C74.
That's the one, 74.
That is the correct answer.
Yeah.
74 in 10 minutes. Like, that is 7 a minute. I have watched a bit of competitive eating before, and they quite often use a lot of water, and they put it in, and rather than chewing it all, just wash it down with water.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Thanks for that.
So for all the listeners' ears out there, enjoy that. So you got one. I'm going to count them again, even though I know.
Oh, hubris, how you make fools of us all.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
5.5.
Out of 10, which is slightly better than average. And that's what I think of you.
Thanks.
Have a great week.